Very good morning and a warm welcome to everyone. Here, myself Prithvi Maurya, a student of CA Final, and today I would like to mention you some of the tips regarding the financial statements and the annual report that every investor should see before investing in any of the stock. So my topic is analysis of financial statements on basis of annual report. So let's have an understanding about the topic and what are the basic conditions or the ratios that we have to check before investing in stock market. So let us take a quick look over the index. So first of all, I would like to mention the difference between the fundamental analysis as well as the technical analysis, and what is how to check the introduction part of the company. What are the accounting issues that we have to check before investing in any of the companies, and fourth is segment-wise analysis. Okay, let us have a quick look over the difference between the fundamental analysis versus technical analysis. So friends, you might not be aware about this, but you have done. Many of them are doing, but they are not aware about this particular analysis. Let us have a quick look over the fundamental analysis. What is this fundamental analysis that today we will do in this particular video? Okay. Fundamental analysis include the analysis of company background, understanding of its financial statements, understanding of its product and services that is produced by the company, and what are the market share of a company in whole industry. Or if we talk about the technical analysis is generally all about chart analysis, trend analysis, global market stock performance analysis. So technical analysis is generally done by the stockbrokers, or we can say the intraday trader. They are generally doing. Okay. If we talk about reliability, fundamental is generally based upon the technical calculation and it is quite reliable. And if we talk about the technical analysis, it is based on the predictions, or we can say the experience. You cannot predict accurate figure about the stock. Okay, but if you talk about the fundamental analysis, you can do quite good prediction as comparison with technical analysis. And if you talk about the reliability, so technical analysis is not reliable in terms of value as well as the expectation of the shareholders. Okay, let us have a understanding about what to consider in introduction part of the company. So first we have to see the history of the company. Then you have to check who is the promoter of the company and what are the product and services that is produced and provided by the company, and what is the market share and the growth of the company. So let us have a look over with an example of a company. So today I will going to discuss about one of the best company, that is FMCG sectors, that is fast moving and consumer goods. One of the leading industry in the market, it is ITC, which is also known as the Indian Tobacco Company. Okay, so let us have a look over its history. And so ITC has been incorporated in year 1910 and with the name of Imperial Tobacco Company, and after in 1970 company changed its name to the Indian Tobacco Limited Company. So friends, today I have discussed about this company history. So why it is important to understand the history of a company. Friends, if suppose Anil Ambani is there, okay, recently he has closed down his business of Reliance Communication, that is telecom business, okay, and after in that particular industry only, after 6 years, suppose he has started his business in the name of Reliance Infocom, which is all about providing the service of IT management services. But you do not know that what is Reliance Infocom. You might be aware that it might be the of Mukesh Ambani companies. Okay, Reliance. So you might be confused that what is the history behind this company. If it will not take the overlook over the company, from where the company has been incorporated, from where the company has come in the market, we will not be able to understand from where the company has come into the existence. If we suppose you have not read the annual report of Reliance Infocom, that is has been incorporated by the Anil Ambani, and you have invested your amount hard money with the expectation that this company is of Mukesh Ambani, and you have invested mistakenly without seeing the annual report that this company was previously incorporated by the Anil Ambani and it has been closed. Reliance Communication has been closed and it has generally changed his name to the Reliance Infocom and started its business. After 10 years you can expect that your money will be worse, because you can see that the Anil Ambani has not been the big businessman in he might be the good parent, but he is not the good businessman in terms of doing business. Okay, so looking at the history is quite essential because it shows the company's experience, okay, and reputation of the company. So if the reputation is high and the experience is high in terms of doing the business, so you can trust that particular company. Okay, if you talk about Reliance that is engaged by Mukesh Ambani, you can trust him. If any of the new business is incorporated by the Mukesh Ambani, you can trust him because he is having a successful business plans and he is having a big management policies and the good business skills, so you can trust him. But if you talk about Anil Ambani, you can't trust him. Okay, so looking at the history is quite important for all of us. So this is the importance of history. So let us have a look over the next topic, that is promoter. Friends, you can see upon your screen that here we mentioned about some of the big businessmen, that is Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, that is the founder of Amazon. So you can see that this business is quite great. So you might be feeling that it can be because of the big good employees, because they might have get the good employees. So because of that, they have expanded and doing the business in successful manner. So that is not good, friend, to tell that. But if you talk about any of the big business, they have become successful because of their promoter. Okay, the promoter are the key factor behind any of the successful business. Okay, so you have to consider the promoter also. If we talk about our company, it is ITC. So we are having a promoter. It is Sanjeev Puri. He is a managing director of ITC Limited. He is IITian. He has done his engineering from IIT Kanpur, and he has done also MBA from Wharton School of Business. Okay, and he has done being the CEO of many of the small companies also. If you can search from the Google. So understanding about the promoter is also quite essential because they are the key changer and a key decision maker of a company. So if you want to have successful investment in any of the company, so you have to have great understanding about the promoter. Who is the promoter? Who is the management? And what type of management and what type of decisions that are being taken in the company. So understanding of promoter is quite essential. Okay, friends. So let us move to the next topic to look over about various business segments. So if we talk about the ITC is generally engaged in hotel business, paper business, agriculture business, FMCG business, and information technology business. So that is we should talk about ITC. Let us have an understanding about why business segment is required for all of us, friends. Friends, if we talk about business segment, suppose ITC is having having a business of alcohol. Okay, suppose, and major 90% of the business revenue and its profits are coming from that particular sector. Okay, and after you are not aware about the business segment that the ITC is doing. Okay, but after investment, okay, the price was 100 rupees, and after 1 month, government has totally banned. Modi ji has completely banned the alcohol in whole of the country. So after that, you might have been surprised that why the share prices have been fall from 100 to 50, or we can say 10 or 20 rupees. Okay, because the market will be expecting that the intelligent investors might have been heard about this. They might have been concerned, or they might have been noticed that the business is totally dependent upon alcohol businesses. So understanding of business segments is quite essential. Okay, so this is the importance of analyzing what is the business segment that the company is engaged in. So if you are not or take the over the what is the business that the company is doing, you might go wrong in your investment also, friends. Let us move to see what are the brands what are the products that the company is doing. Okay, so you can see upon the screen that you might have been heard about the Ashirwad Atta, Sunfeast biscuits that we are eating, Bingo, Yippee Maggie, Vivel soaps, Fiamma soaps, Angus perfumes, all other famous products that has been developed by ITC. Okay, so understanding of product is also quite essential for all of us. Let us have a look over another topic, that is market share and the market growth. Friends, understanding of market share and market growth is also quite essential, but it's not good at the type of investment. Friends, market share generally denotes that what is the position of a company in whole industry. Okay, if the company is having a good position, so you can trust the company that the company is a leader, business leader in that particular industry, and you can expect a good return, a good amount of return in future. Okay, so understanding of market share is important for all their perspectives. And if we talk about the growth, if you understanding of last 10 years growth is quite good for analyzing the company's future. If we talk about the ITC, the company has been gradually increases its sales from 2016, and we can say that in future also the company will be going to do the good business in the future also. So understanding of market share and growth is also a quite essential factor for deciding investment in any of the stock market share. So let us move, friend, to the second part of our topic, that is a ratio analysis. Friends, I will not give you the whole introduction about the ratio analysis. You can Google out, or you can go to the YouTube about the quick analysis of what is the ratio analysis. But I will have to mention some of the important tips and some of the quick tips regarding the ratios and what are the important ratio for the understanding of investor as well as a trader as well as a trader of a company. Okay, so you can Google out. Okay, so let us have a understanding about the current ratio. Current ratio is generally measuring a short-term liquidity of a business, and it is generally important for the traders and the banks. It shows the short-term credibility of a business, and the ideal ratio is 1. Friends, you might not be understood about this. Let us have an example over the companies over the company of ITC. You might get understood about this. So this is the balance sheet of ITC, and the formula for current ratio is current asset upon current liability. And you can see from the current asset from the balance sheet that I have taken, that is 29568. And if we talk about the current liability, you can see from the column of equity and liabilities, that is 9621 is the current liability, and this is 3.01. So what is this? Let us have an understanding about with one of the big we can say the most simple example. Friends, let us assume that you are having a business. Okay, you are a retail for any of the company. You are supplying goods to the ITC only. Okay, ITC is borrowing a raw paper material from a local supplier, and you are a local supplier to supply a good to the ITC for the manufacturing of paper, good quality papers, and you are the raw material supplier to the ITC. Okay, and you understand that the current asset of a company, for example, current asset is cash. The company is having a cash of 10,000 rupees. Okay, and the company has to pay to its creditor within 1 month 10 lakh rupees. Okay, so 10,000 of cash is with company, and company is having a 10 lakh rupees liability in 1 month. So you can see that the company is not having enough amount of liquidity in their hand, so that to pay the liability. And if we compare this ratio, so you might feel that the company is not having enough amount of liquidity, and because of that you might be concerned that if suppose I have supplied the goods to the company, okay, and if you have not compared the ratio analysis, or you have not done the ratio analysis, so you might be go wrong with your supply that you have done to the company. You might not get your payment. So before doing any of the deal with the company, you have to check what is the liquidity status of that company. So you might have been understood with this example, friends. Now let us have an understanding about our next ratio, that is debt upon equity ratio. So debt upon equity ratio denotes capital structure of a company, and second, it is important for decision maker of all the users of financial statements, and third point is all about it influence the long-term decision maker of our shareholders, or we can say the stakeholders of a company. Equity ratio is 0 to 1, and debt should be interest bearing. So let us have an example, friends. Suppose, friends, being an individual, you are here and you are having 1 lakh rupees in your hand as a saving, and first company you are having who is having an equity of 1 lakh rupees and debt of 10 lakh rupees, and second company is having a equity of 50,000 rupees and a debt of 20,000 rupees. So friends, on what basis you will see that which company is better in the terms of solvency and which company is having a best amount of capital. Okay, if you talk about the first situation, the company is having a 1 lakh rupees equity and debt of 10 lakh rupees. So you might be concerned that the company has taken a lot much amount of money from as a debt from the creditors or from the banks. Okay, so you might be concerned that because of which, due to the high debt, the company might be having a high finance expense amount, and there are the chances that the company can become insolvent because debt amount is such much high, so that the company might get in the insolvency if the company does not perform well. Okay, and if you talk about the second part, it is second company who is having 50,000 as a capital and a debt of 20,000 rupees. So you can trust this particular company because the debt amount is particularly less as comparison with the capital. So you can trust this particular company and you can take a little bit risk with this particular company. So understanding of debt upon equity ratio helps us to define what is the solvency ratio of that particular company. So let us complete this ratio with the best quote, that a small debt makes a man your debtor, a large one make your enemy. So with this thought, or you can say quote, we have to understand that the debt is not that much good for the particular company. Now let's take a look over the company, that is ITC. What is the debt upon equity ratio of this particular company? If we talk about this particular company is not having a single amount of debt. Company is having zero amount of debt, because you can see from here current liabilities, long-term liabilities, the company has done the borrowings 7.89, but this amount are not interest bearing funds, because they have been there, but they are tax liabilities which are not interest bearing. Different tax liabilities are there, provisions are there. All this type of liabilities we have to not consider. We have to consider the interest bearing liabilities, friends. And the debt should be long term if you have to do the proper comparison of debt upon equity ratio. Okay, and let's move to the next ratio, that is inventory turnover ratio. Okay, so let us have an understanding about the inventory turnover ratio. Inventory turnover ratio generally measures an efficiency of a business. It shows an working efficiency of management of company. It shows the efficiency with which the company sells the goods. And the ratio is generally between 4 to 6. Okay, it is all about the theory. Let's have an example of ITC. So this is the loss statement of a company, and inventory turnover ratio formula is sales, or you can generate a cost of goods sales upon average inventory. Let's have a look over the formula of average inventory. Inventory is equal to opening stock plus closing stock divided by 2. And you can see from the balance sheet the amount has been mentioned. Average inventory is 7412. And for the sales amount, you can take the revenue from operation amount. And the inventory turnover ratio is generally for 6.1. And you can see that the company is doing quite well as comparison with the ideal ratio that I have mentioned you earlier. Okay, so we can say that the company is doing quite well in terms of inventory turnover ratio, as already mentioned that the inventory turnover ratio should be ideally between the 4 to 6. But if we talk about this particular company, the company is doing very well in terms of inventory turnover ratio. Okay, so let us move to the next ratio, that is net profit ratio. So, what is net profit ratio? It helps to denote the profit margin of a company. It helps to measure the rate of return. It also helps in long-term decision, and it generally helps for the overall profitability of a business. Okay, let us have an example and the short examples of ITC. So this is the profit and loss statement of ITC. Net profit ratio has been given, and formula is net profit divided by revenue from operations. Net profit is all about 12464 divided by 45784, and net profit is all about 27.22. So friends, why understanding of net profit is required? For example, you have been advised with your friend, you have been advised by your one of the best friend that भाई बिजनेस कर लेते, इसका कार क्या कर लेते बिजनेस, उसमें अब तू खाली टायर सील करना और बिजनेस उसने मतलब दी जनरली एक्सप्लेन यू दैट you have been go to the market from a wholesaler, then and you will going to get 1000 rupees tire and you will sell that particular tire with 1500 rupees, and he shows you the basic calculation about the profitability of the business. Okay, and you go with that particular business and you invest in that particular business by thinking that you will going to get 50% return from that particular business, because he has shown that if you go to sell 1500 rupees one tire, you will get 50% return per tire. Okay, on the basic calculation, you might be called interested, you can invest in that particular business. Likewise, if you talk about the investment in share or stock, so you have to understand the overall profitability of a business. If you talk about this particular business, ITC, the company is having a profitability of 27.22, which is quite higher as comparison with the bank that provides you 6%. And if you talk about the mutual fund company, on an average it generally provides 8%, 12% or 15%. Okay, so you can invest in this particular stock because this company is providing the high amount of return in terms of net profit. Okay, so this is the basic understanding about the net profit ratio. Let us move friends to the next ratio, it is price earning ratio. Friends, this is the most important ratio for the perspective of investor, and this really provides and guides to the investor whether to buy the share or sell the share at a particular point. Let us break and understood this particular ratio. P ratio generally defines that price paid to earn something. What friend? Price paid to earn something. It might not be understood with this. Let us have a look over the example. So friends, I have created one example. So let us have. So before understanding, first of all, understand the step that you have to consider. First of all, you have to consider the industry PE ratio. Second is consider the company PE ratio. And if the industry PE ratio is more than the company PE ratio, share price is cheap. And if the industry PE ratio is less than the company PE ratio, share is costly. Okay. This is the step that you have to follow. But let us have a look over the example. For example, ITC is having a PE ratio of 10. Okay, and industry PE ratio is 15. Okay, friends, you might not be get clear about this. What is PE ratio means? Let us have PE ratio formula. PE ratio is all about MPS upon EPS. MPS upon EPS. MPS means market price per share, and EPS means earning per share. Okay, let us look over this particular formula that I have done. The market price is 100 rupees and EPS is 10. What this formula suggests, let us break this and segment this particular formula. Friends, you can see that. Say that if you want to earn 10 rupees, you have to pay 100 rupees to the company, that is ITC. Okay, and if you talk about the industry PE ratio, in that case you have to pay 150 rupees if you want to earn 10 rupees. So friends, you are given the two opportunity that one company is giving you 10 rupees return if you give you him 100 rupees. Okay, and second company is B company. He is also giving 10 rupees return, same return, but you have to pay 150 rupees. So friends, where you will go? You will definitely go to the A company, who is giving you opportunity to purchase a share at 100 rupees and giving the same return as compared with the B company, that is rupees 10. Okay, so PE ratio generally defines that what are the earnings that you have to get. Okay, on the basis of the payment of the price that you have done. Okay, so what you consider that before, what is the industry PE ratio? So you might have been understood about what is the PE ratio. That is the price which which are you going to pay to earn something. Okay, हिंदी में बोले जनरली तो हम कह सकते हैं कि आपको क्या कमाना है, उसके लिए आपने क्या पैसे पे किए वो हमें चेक करने का है। तो पी रेशियो इतना सिंपल है। और क्या हमको जो हमने जो आपको 4 स्टेप्स मेंशन किए फ्रेंड्स, हमें ये अच्छे से एक्यूरेटली कैलकुलेट करना है। अगर हम बात करें इंडस्ट्री पी रेशियो की, तो इंडस्ट्री पी रेशियो फ्रेंड्स जनरली क्या होता है, ये सपोज आईटीसी है तो वो एफएमसीजी सेक्टर्स में आती है। तो जो हमारे जो बीएसई है, बॉम्बे स्टॉक एक्सचेंज, दे जनरली प्रोवाइड द इंफॉर्मेशन रिगार्डिंग दैट। उसमें जनरली होता क्या है फ्रेंड्स कि जो जितने भी एफएमसीजी सेक्टर्स के कंपनीज होते हैं सबके पी रेशियो को हम ऐड करते हैं, फिर उनका एवरेज निकालते हैं। एवरेज निकालने के बाद वो अपना पी रेशियो डिक्लेयर करते हैं। ओके, सो उसके बेसिस के कंपैरिजन पे आप डिसाइड कर सकते हो कि शेयर का प्राइस चीप है कि कॉस्टली है। ओके फ्रेंड्स, सो पी रेशियो इतना इंपॉर्टेंट है कि शेयर का प्राइस कम है कि ज्यादा है एज कंपैरिजन विद इंडस्ट्री प्राइस। सो फ्रेंड्स, दिस इज ऑल अबाउट द पी रेशियो। Let us move to the next topic with the most important quote of Warren Buffett, that price is what you pay and value is what you get. So that is how you must have been understood about what the price you are going to pay. Okay, you must have the good understanding about that, and till now I think you might have been understood about this also. Let us move to the next topic. Last topic, that is what is segment analysis. Segment analysis is all about analyzing the profit and loss and the revenue of a business segment wise instead comparing business as a whole. Friend, I've already talked about this in the segment section previously, but let's have the example. For example, this is the segment wise revenue of a ITC. Okay, and you can see that most of the revenue is coming from the FMCG business, that is cigarettes and other businesses. Okay, and suppose government has banned all the packaged food from the India. Government said that every person and the citizens are required to eat a food fresh from the agriculture produce. Okay, and every packed food should be destroyed completely, and all the company FMCG sectors should be closed down. Okay, so you can say that the revenue will be drastically affected in this particular sector. Okay, so you can see, you can predict in the future that what will be the condition of this particular company. Whole company will be drastically locked down, and due to which the net profit will also come down, revenue will also come down, and you can see that what is the future of the company. So understanding of revenue segment wise is quite essential for any of the business. Okay, and let's look over the segment wise profit and loss. You can also consider that the major profit is coming from the cigarette businesses, or we can say the FMCG businesses. So understanding of this segment wise analysis is quite essential, friends. Okay, so friends, in this video I have discussed about what are the essential conditions that you have to check in the introduction part of the company, and what are the ratios that you have to consider, and why the segment analysis is important. And I hope you might have understood about this particular video, and thank you for watching this video. Hope you might have understood with this content, and if you are having any doubts, please mention in comment section. Okay.